Welcome to Poetry with Shing, where we uncover the beauty behind poetry. In today's episode, we'll be looking at Journey by Edna St. Vincent Millay and The Journey by Mary Oliver. And The Journey by Mary Oliver was taken from Dreamwork. So we'll be looking at a poetry comparison between these two poems with the question, both poems have the same title, compare and contrast the presentation of the two perspectives, paying close attention to the use of language and tone. How we'll be going through these two poems would be me showing everybody how we might approach answering such a question and also dissecting the poems and conducting a comparison between the both of them. Without further ado, let's begin. Edna St. Vincent Millay's Journey and Mary Oliver's The Journey from Dreamwork adopt startlingly different tones and attitudes towards the subject matter of journey. Millay's Journey presents a journey as an inevitable and never-ending endeavor, where the speaker yearns to be able to stop and rest momentarily, thereby adopting a lamenting attitude towards the inevitabilities of a journey. So let me write down the keywords here. Mary Oliver's Journey, on the other hand, presents a journey as a form of escape, and thus liberation from responsibilities in life that tie one down. Hence, Oliver adopts a determined and hopeful attitude towards the possibilities a journey brings. So this would be determined and hopeful. And and it's a sort of liberation from responsibilities. Alright, so um additionally, Millay's take on journeys are such that it is caging and confining on this side. Journeys are caging and confining, limiting one and preventing one from finding one's own identity. In contrast, Oliver views a journey as a new possibility to find one's identity. However, both poems are similar in painting the notion of exploration as a product of a journey. So in both poems, journeys bring exploration. For Millay, exploration cannot happen during the endless and continuous trot on a journey, and can only happen through stopping and appreciating the surroundings on a journey. On the other hand, for Oliver, exploration only happens during a journey due to greater freedom. So to Millay, exploration can only happen when we stop in a journey. And for Mary Oliver, exploration happens during a journey. Journey is portrayed as a state of constant motion and endless travelling, without the element of choice in poem A, but journey is an avenue and means for liberation and thus escape from grueling and burdening expectations and responsibilities that come with life. In poem A, vivid imagery is employed in all my life following care along the dusty road. So let's find that. All my life following care along the dusty road, painting a bleak picture of the speaker traveling along a long road that is seemingly without a destination. The word choice of all in all my life connotes a tone of finality and resignation to one's fate. So there's a sense of a resignation to one's fate, of having to travel on a journey throughout one's life, highlighting the theme of journeys being an aimless endeavor that keeps one constantly on the move without a greater, more meaningful purpose in life. So it's sort of a mindless habit or routine. Furthermore, the word choice of following reveals the lack of choice of one on the journey, as one merely acts on another's orders by following them, and this idea of following following care along the road, connotes a sense of subordination that one has on the journey. Thus, there is no choice in making the journey due to the inferior position humans stand as compared to the greater scheme of things. In this case, time makes humans slaves to time, such that we have to constantly move on in life without being able to stop and appreciate life. So that's how we are always a victim of passing time, even as you're watching this. On the other hand, Poem B presents journey as a form of escape from responsibilities that burden life. So this is poem A and this poem B. The poet uses vivid imagery to portray the escape brought about by a journey as an act of salvation. Journey as a salvation can be seen as the poem mentions, you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to save the only life you could save. So that will be below here. And what does this show? This shows that um, the imagery of striding deeper into the world represents the undertaking of a journey in a bid to liberate oneself from the harsh and torturing realities of the responsibilities in life, as compared to saving one's life. Thus, the salvation of one's life reflects the element of choice absent in poem A that allows one to take a journey to attain freedom. Besides the power of liberation journeys bring in poem B, journeys are also presented as opportunities to find one's identity in life. On the other hand, poem A presents the process of a journey as grueling and fraught with exhaustion without room for exploration of one's identity. In poem B, vivid imagery is once again employed. Through the stars began to burn, through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you recognized as your own. So that will be here in brackets. The stars are symbolic for hope for exploration that is birthed from a journey with exploration comes the finding of one's identity, and with the stars burning reflects the fiery desire that poet B views will propel one to continue embarking on the journey. Furthermore, the understanding of oneself that comes with a journey is apparent from the representation of a new voice, with the speaker hearing herself for the first time through embarking on the journey. The new voice thus reflects the exploration that will inevitably come with a journey, and the exploration would lead one to greater enlightenments in terms of understanding of oneself. Thus, poem B exudes a hopeful and determined tone in the magical possibilities of a journey. In contrast, poem A views that a journey confines and hence one is unable to find one's identity without the room for exploration a journey offers. Because the journey is very much built upon fate, with little choice on humans' part, it takes on a confining and restricting nature, as reflected in the bleak imagery used. The speaker describes the journey as all through the dragging day sharp underfoot. So it's over here. Highlighting the hardships experienced during the journey. The word choice of sharp underfoot reflects how journeys strive as a painful reminder through the word sharp of the impermanence of humans, such that they have to be constantly on their way to a destination that is even unknown to them. The use of alliteration in Dragging Day reveals the rhythmic monotony a journey has morphed it into in the view of poem A. So this idea of the alliteration is like more monotonous. And this monotone is very rhythmic routine in the journey. And so there's no such that its confining nature has degraded the journey to be filled with the predictable, leaving no room for exploration of identity. Interestingly, poem A offers an alternative that will allow for personal exploration, which is to stop the journey and appreciate the vitality in life around one in the journey. The poem mentions that flushed apple trees pause in their dance and break the ring for me, personifying the elements of nature to be beckoning to me and appealing as compared to the repetitiveness of traveling. So you can see the flushed apple trees. So there's a personification of nature. That makes stopping appealing. Okay, so poem A thus views exploration as solely possible with the pausing in humans' constant journey forward, where humans take the chance to appreciate the beauty that lay along their path, as they may be too busy to notice it when rushing along their way. This beauty of the view along the journey is shown through the use of vivid imagery of round-faced roses, pink and petulant, revealing the little intricate beauties that one might overlook, but when noticed will bring a greater sense of fulfillment than mindlessly rushing on one's way. There is the theme of impulse that is prevalent in the nature of a journey, where one chooses whether or not to succumb to impulse along the path of life. In poem A, Millay views that the reconciliation of impulse and responsibility is important during one's journey of life. While Millay views journeys as inevitable and cannot be controlled by humans, she also contends with another perspective of the desire of humans to stop their journey and revel in the beauty of the elements present along the journey. Her view is represented by a gateless garden and an open path, my foot to follow and my heart to hold. The symbolism of gateless and open connote freedom of choice that tempts humans, yet humans are confined to the journey of life as it is, as uncontrollable as the passage of time. So there's this idea of freedom. Thus, the freedom to choose creates dilemma in whether to continue on the journey, as represented by feet, or follow one's heart, and act on impulse to stop and admire the process of the journey. Hence, Millet presents the complexities of a journey as being both a part of fate and a part of choice, where one has to contend with impulse. On the other hand, instead of weighing and reconciling the impulse, Poem B views the impulse to act on what humans inherently want is the catalyst to create discoveries and embarking on the journey. Poem B says, one day you finally knew what you had to do, which is found um, at the start of the poem, suggesting that the decision to embark on a journey lay on impulse, which ultimately spurred humans on to explore their journey and their identity and the endless possibilities of the world. So journey is brought on by impulse. To conclude, the journey in both poems are both motifs to life, and while life passes with the passage of time, hence making living as an endeavor unstoppable and inevitable, one is constantly faced with the choice to stop in the journey to achieve success in the journey, yet it presents its own set of risks as at finally losing out in life in the greater scheme of things. Poems A's view is that journey of life ultimately confines one and stops one from stopping in the journey for fear of failing in life. And Poem B's view is that embarking on a journey provides many new opportunities that will propel one's life. That marks the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and goodbye.